In this video, I am going to show you the basic operators in Swift programming language. My name is Hanif and welcome to Art of Coding. Thank you so much for being here. An operator is a special symbol that you use to change, combine or assign values. Operators are of three types: unary, binary or ternary. Unary operators means that operates on a single target, and binary operators mean that operates on two targets, and ternary operators operate on three targets. For example, ternary conditional operator. So first we are going to check what is an assignment operator. Assignment operators initializes or updates the value of A with the value of B. For example, B is a constant and having value of 10. A is a variable and having a value of 5. See, the value of A is 5. Next we are going to change the value of A with the value of B. For this we are going to use the assignment operator. A is equal to B. Okay, now the value of A is changed with the value of B. See this, now the value of A is 10. This is called the assignment operator. We can also use the assignment operators with the tuples. For example, let see this, if the right side of the assignment operator is a tuple with multiple values, its elements can be decomposed into multiple constants or variables at once. In this example, the tuple xy is in this example the value of tuple is 1 2. So we assigned the tuple into a constants x and y. So the value of x is 1 and value of y is 2. Okay. Unlike the assignment operators in C, the assignment operators in Swift does not return itself a value. In C we can use like if x equal to y, then perform a condition. But in Swift it is not true, so we can use that. Next we are going to check what is an arithmetic operators. Swift supports the 4 arithmetic operators for all number types. The standard operators are addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Next we are going to check and remainder operator. This is remainder operator. A remainder B works out how many multiples of B will fit inside A and returns the value that is left over. For example, let A equal to 9, let B is equal to 4. The value will be 1. This means how many multiples of B, that's a 4, that will fit inside A, that is 2, and which returns the remainder. In this case, 1. Also, we can check for the minus values. B equal to minus 4. The value will be also 1. And if the value of A is minus, the result will be minus 1. The both are minus, the result will be minus 1. Okay, this is all about remainder operator. Next, the unary minus operator. The sign of a numeric value can be toggled using the unary minus operator. For example, let see the value of constant 3 is 3, and we are applied an unary minus operator to this constant, and the value of that constant is changed to minus. Okay, this is known as the unary minus operator. We also have unary plus operator. The unary plus operator simply retains the value it operates on without any change. For example, minus 3, let x equal to see this, even we applied that unary plus operator, the value of minus 3 won't change. It's used for this representation. Next, we are going to check the compound assignment operators. Compound assignment operators combines assignments with another operation. For example, or A equal to 1, A plus equal to 1. So we combine the assignment operator with addition operator. Plus equal to is same as A equal to A plus 1. Both are same. See this, the value will be 2. And we have minus equal to, this is same as A equal to A minus 1. The value will be 0. Okay, next, the comparison operators. We have 6 comparison operators: equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, and less than or equal to. Each of the comparison operators return a Boolean value to indicate whether or not the statement is true. Okay, the comparison operators are often used on conditional statements such as, for example, in if statement, let name equal to world if name See this, we have used the comparison operator equal to here, not equal to. Name, for example, x equal to 10, x t. Is equal to operator. This not equal to operator. Less than operator. Greater than operator. Greater than or equal to operator, the value will be true, and less than or equal to operator, the value also will be true. We can also use the comparison operators with tuples. You can compare two tuples if they have the same type and the same number of values. For example, if so you can compare two tuples if they have the same type and the same number of values. Here we have the tuple 1z and 2a, and we have the same number of values, and they both having the same type. First having an integer and second having a string value. Tuples are compared from left to right, one at a time, until the comparison finds two values that are in equal. In this case, first check for the first values 1 and 2. In here 1 is less than 2, so we will get true. See, we got true. For next example, we gonna change to 1. In this case, first condition is false and second condition is also false. Z is greater than a. Okay, and we are going to change a. This will also be false. We are going to change a to b. This will be true. Okay, this is how to compare the tuples. Okay, next, the ternary conditional operator. The ternary conditional operator is a special operator with three parts, which takes the form question mark, then answer colon answer 2. It's a shortcut for evaluating one of two expressions based on whether the question is true or false. Let us take an example. Let as header equal to true, let row height is equal to content height plus has header, then 50, otherwise 20. See this, the height will be 90. In this case, we have used the ternary conditional operator here. Has header, then take the value 50, otherwise take the value 20. So we are going to change has header to false. In this case, 20 will be taken, the result will be 60. See this, has header is false, so the 20 is taken instead of 50. Okay, next we are going to check the nil coalescing operator. The nil coalescing operator unwraps an optional A if it contains a value or returns a default value B. A is always of an optional type and B must match the type that is stored inside A. For example, for A of type optional string, let B is equal to a string value was C is equal to A B. Here see that the value A is an optional string and B is an default value B. In this case, this nil coalescing operator check the optional having a value. In this case, there is no value, then it will take the default value red. So we can put A in this case we got the optional value because we have the value. This is nil coalescing operator. Next we are going to check the range operators. The range operators are shortcuts for expressing a range of values. There are three types: closed range operator, half open range operator, and one-sided range operators. First we are going to check closed range operator. Is having an form A, 3 dots, and then B. Closed range. Okay, the closed range operators define a range that runs from A to B and includes the values A and B. The closed range operators is useful when iterating over a range in which you want all the values to be used. For example, for x in 1, 5, print index. In this case, it will print the values from both A and B. See, all the values are printed. Next, the half open range operator. Is having an form A, 2 dots and less than B. This is a half open range operator that defines a range that runs from A to B but does not include B. These are particularly useful when you work with zero-based lists such as arrays, where it is useful to count up to the length of the list. For example, let names equal to this define array let count is equal to names dot count for index in half open range operator count print position So in this case we iterated over the array names. So we used the half open range operator which having the value 0 to count but doesn't include count. The value count will be 4 but it only take 3. Okay, next we are going to check the one-sided range that having a form A 3 dots. The closed range operators that we checked earlier that have an alternative form for ranges that continue as far as possible in one direction. For example, let names equal to A, B, C, D. Then letters 0, okay, this is the form of one-sided range. Okay, we have put 2 to the end of the array. In this case, we will get 0, 1, 2, C and D. If I put 0, that will include all the contents A, B, C, D. Okay, the another form is two. It will print A, B and C. If I put 3, it will print all the contents A, B and C, D. The half open range operator also has the one-sided form. For example, here it will print until C. See this, it won't include the last value. You can also check whether a one-sided range contains a particular value. For example, let range is equal to 5. This means this will include all values from 0 to 5. Okay, then let us print. We are going to check on values available inside this range. For that, range dot contains an element of 0. This will print true, right? Then 5, this also will be 5, and going to print 6, this will be false. We can check with that our half open range. This will be false. Okay, this is how we can use the range operators. Next, we are going to check the logical operators. We have 3 logical operators: logical NOT, logical and logical OR. Logical operators modify or combine the Boolean logic values true and false. First we are going to check the logic NOT operator that inverts a Boolean value so that true becomes false and false becomes true. For example, let see this, the value of a is false. We use the logical NOT operator to invert the value of a. In this case, it has been inverted to false to true. Next is the logical AND operator. Logical AND operator creates logical expression where both values must be true for the overall expression to also be true. If either value is false, the overall expression will also be false. In fact, if the first value is false, the second value won't even be evaluated. This is known as short circuit evaluation. Example, let in this case both value 1 and value 2 are true. So using the logical AND operator, we enter into this condition. Then we change any one of the value to false. It will go inside the else condition. Okay, in order to work the logical AND operator, both the values should be true. Here, if the first value is false, then the second value won't even be evaluated. This is known as the short circuit evaluation. Next, we are going to check the logical OR operator. You use it to create logical expressions in which only one of the two values has to be true for the overall expression to be true. If the left side of a logical OR expression is true, the right side is not evaluated. For example, we can check OR and value true. Here, one or both true. Can change by false. This will goes inside the if condition. and if both are false, this will go inside else condition. Sorry. See, the both are false. So the logical OR means only one of the two values has to be true for the overall expression to be true. We can combine the logical operators. For example, so in this case, we have combined the logical operators and OR. So we will check for first value 1 and value 2 are true, but is false. It will fail. Okay, true. This will success, or false, false, true. This will success. Okay, this means it will first evaluate this leftmost condition, then evaluates the second one. The shift logical operators and OR are left associate, meaning that compound expression with multiple operators evaluate the leftmost expressions first. It's sometimes useful to include parentheses when they are not strictly needed to make the intention of a complex expression easier to read. So we can use the parentheses here. Both are same. Okay, this is all about the basic operators in Swift programming language. I hope you all found value in it. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next time.